This video explains the difference between an awesome ESL instructor and an awesome EL Civics examiner. As an ESL instructor, you're used to repeating questions and instructions as many times as your students need for clarification. As an EL Civics examiner conducting the oral assessment, you are permitted to repeat instructions or questions one time only. For example, say you are conducting the oral assessment for number 15, Safety in the Community. During the 911 phone call, you ask, "What is your emergency?" exactly as it is written in the examiner script. Your student says, "Repeat, please." You say, "What is your emergency?" But the student does not respond. When you're wearing your ESL instructor hat, you might repeat once, twice, even 3 times. Or you might rephrase. You might ask, "What is the problem? What do you see in the picture?" When you wear your examiner hat, you may repeat the line in the script 1 time. How many times? 1. Even if your student does this, how many times may you repeat? 1 time. If the student does not respond, move to the next phrase or question in the script. In this example, you would say, "What is your name?" How many times do you repeat? 1 time. As an ESL instructor, you restate and rephrase information until you are satisfied your students understand. As an examiner, however, you must stick to the script. Let's look at an example from number 33, featuring job interviews. During the EL Civics oral evaluation, you ask the student, "How are your English skills?" Your student looks at you like this. As an ESL instructor, you might clarify the question. You might say, "Do you speak English well?" "Can you speak English?" "Do you write English sentences?" "Can you listen and understand English?" As the examiner, you must stick to the script. You may not rephrase, and you may only repeat 1 time. So even if your student gives you a look, something like this, you'll need to move on to the next question. In this example, you would say, "Why do you want to work here?" Another difference between an ESL instructor and an examiner is the use of body language. As an ESL instructor, you are your students' most vocal cheerleader. You tell your students how great they are, and you become excited every time your students respond. As an examiner, you'll need to put your pom-poms down temporarily. While you should smile and make your student feel comfortable, you may not encourage students by nodding your head, using your hands, or making encouraging statements like, "Uh-huh, that's it, you've got it." As an examiner, your role is to avoid biasing test results. After all, wouldn't it be unfair if a student in one class was given help in the form of encouraging words, while in another class, the instructor followed the script without offering encouragement? And finally, you may be tempted to tell your students their test results immediately after they complete the evaluation. After all, immediate feedback is good, right? Well, as an examiner, you'll want to hold off on providing feedback until all students have completed the evaluation. Imagine a scenario in which a teacher tells the confident star of the class student how great she did, while the less confident students wonder how they will ever measure up. As an examiner, your role is to remain neutral until the end of the assessment. Happy examining!